myself Vishal Bhatnagar. In our earlier this lecture, we are going to discuss about the learning algorithms, correlation, regression, and what is the reason why we are going for this, and how the output we can get using a live example which is available for us. Now, continuing this our lecture session is in the continuation of the learning algorithms, where we have already discussed about what is algorithm, how the step by step procedure is being carried out, how the machine learning algorithms has been divided into supervised, unsupervised, and then now we are going to see the broad classification as how this whole learning process and is being carried out and where at this moment we are standing. That means, if we want to discuss the algorithm, where that phase is. If you see this learning process, this is the place where you are working, this is the place where you are working, and this is the place where you are working. These three places are the places where we are going to really cater to in the case of algorithms. So, very important thing which we need to discuss in this particular session, we have already discussed how to acquire the data, we know how to prepare the data, but at this moment the very important question which comes into picture is how to choose a particular algorithm out of sets of algorithms which are available to us. Now, considering that there are many algorithms which are available, the prime requirement is how to choose the best one. The best one has nothing to do with really the best. The important question is, every learning algorithm, every algorithm has a predefined input which is a prerequisite. दैट मीन्स कि अगर कोई आप एल्गोरिथम यूज़ करते हैं तो आपको ये पता होना चाहिए कि उस एल्गोरिथम की प्री रिक्विजिट क्या है. अब प्री रिक्विजिट किसी एल्गोरिथम की क्या हो सकती है? सबसे पहला कि डेटा का टाइप क्या है, विच वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस. द डेटा कैन बी नॉमिनल, कैटेगोरिकल, डिस्क्रीट, कंटिन्यूस, रेशियो, इंटरवल, विच वी हैव ऑलरेडी डिस्कस. Now, coming to the important aspect, second important aspect is which type of relation do we want? Are we going for the supervised learning aspect or we are going for an unsupervised learning aspect? So, on the basis of that, we categorize or we divide or we choose the algorithm which we want to apply. So, this is called choosing the learning algorithm. Once the learning algorithm been taken care, now we need to go for modeling or training of the model if we are using a classification sort of algorithm or supervised learning model, where we need to model the or train the data before we can test finally on a live data. That means, as we have discussed in earlier lecture also or earlier session also, that we need to divide the data which may be n into 80-20 ratio. So, that 80 can be used for the training and 20 can be used for the testing purpose. This is an ideal, it is not hard and fast that we have to divide into that only. That depends upon, it is more they said that if you have more training on the data, then the testing will be much better before going live for the classifier. So, training model is used for that purpose which we have seen here. Now, once you model the things, that means your modeling has been done, may be done by using supervised learning method or maybe may have been done by using an unsupervised learning model. By this time, you have already completed your work of modeling. Now, the thing comes into picture, if you have modeled any algorithm or you have used any algorithm on a particular data, then the accuracy of the data or accuracy of the result matters a lot. So, if you are using for a same example of a n data, if you are using algorithms maybe 1 A, maybe B and C, if 3 algorithms can be applied onto the same n algorithm, then can we say that all the 3 will behave in the similar fashion or all 3 will give the accuracy to the same level? No, the accuracy may differ, because the algorithm which we have applied or the modeling through which we have done, that may be varied. That may be A according to the algorithm, B will act according to the B's nature of the algorithm and the C will act according to the nature of the. Now, we want to choose the best algorithm according to our need. So, the best can be only be evaluated on the basis of the accuracy which we are getting out of this result. So, accuracy has to be tested on the basis of evaluating the various models on the basis of the evaluators or the your accuracy testers or you say other methods which are available, that is called validation, by which we will doing the same. Once it is been done, that particular model is used for the prediction of the future thing. So, this is the course of the action in the case of learning process, that we first of all collect the data. We have seen how to collect the data, how to gather the data, preparation of the data, to remove the noise from that, then choosing the right algorithm for defining our modeling process, then training the data, modeling the data, and then evaluating the various models which we have got for the same. So, this is by basically we do in the case of classification. Otherwise, when you write here as a training model, we could have written here as modeling only. This whole document would have been reduced by the modeling. So, primarily catering to the supervised learning, this is the way we go ahead the process. Now, coming to the one of the method, that is called correlation. See, why I am discussing correlation? The important thing is, you will say that we have to discuss regression, we have to discuss decision tree, that are the classifiers which have been used. Why are we discussing correlation? Simply the concept is, when we say there are two variables x and y, the prime requirement is what? Prime requirement is that we should know whether these two are related with each other or not. The very important aspect is, first of all, we have to check there, and this is the place where most of the data analysis people do not care, and they do not bother and they straight away apply the regression. My belief is that before going for the regression application, we have to understand that if two variables, this is, see, question does not lies whether we have to use two variable or not. ये कहीं क्वेश्चन नहीं है कि दो ही वेरिएबल. आई एम डिस्कसिंग टू बिकॉज इट इज़ ईजी टू डिस्कस बिटवीन द रिलेशन. जब रिलेशन की बात करते हैं तो मिनिमम दो की बात करते हैं, तो इसीलिए हम यहाँ कह रहे हैं एक्स और वाई दो वेरिएबल हैं जिनके बीच में हम रिलेशन निकाल रहे हैं. तो पहला इंपॉर्टेंट एस्पेक्ट ये है कि आर वी हैविंग ए रिलेशनशिप बिटवीन दिस टू वेरिएबल एक्स एंड वाई, आर दे रिलेटेड इन एनी वे. सी देयर आर टू वेज. ए सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज़ है ये है कि अगर एक्स और वाई दोनों रिलेटेड हैं तो जबकि x की वैल्यू बढ़ रही है तो y की वैल्यू घट रही है, y की वैल्यू घट रही है, या जबकि x की वैल्यू बढ़ रही है तो y की वैल्यू भी बढ़ रही है. या ऐसा भी हो सकता है कि x का y से कोई संबंध ही नहीं है, कभी बढ़ जाता है कभी घट जाता है. सो इन दैट केस वेयर वी आर ट्राइंग टू फाइंड आउट द स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ द रिलेशन, वी से regression will come into picture. But regression will come into the picture when we know that there is certain relationship between the two variable, they are called as x and y in our case. So, important thing is we need to understand that first of all correlation is being applied to understand whether the relationship is there or not, and that can be very well defined as stated here by -1 to 1. So, ideally it is said that if you have a relation, what is the strength of that relation, we go ahead with the case of regression. So, correlation is very important, that we know we can find out using our tools available in the market, or the if we talk about the mathematical applications, then we need to find out Pearson correlation coefficient, Spearman correlation coefficient, and Kendall. Other methods are also available by which we need to calculate the correlation, and specifically minded, it is a warning that it depends upon the data in hand. Whether the data is discrete data, it is a continuous data, qualitative in nature, quantitative in nature, what exactly is the type of data which is available with us. On the basis of that, we apply the correlation finding methodology. So, this has to be again very specific, as we have seen in our earlier choosing a right algorithm. Here also choosing the right correlation finding methodology or coefficient is very important before we go into finding the correlation. Now, coming to the regression, as I said, once you find out that there is a crisp relationship between x and y, then which type of relation it is and how to know that. So, the simplest of the regression what if you define in a simple way, as it has been already said that it is defined like this. So, here the important thing is when we try to find out the relation. So, here it has been written equation attempts to describe relationship between two variables. See, again to say it is not a question of two variables, we are here taking care of two variables, that may be multivariate also, it depends upon our analysis, our dimensions which are there. So, when we go for regression, the simplest of the regression we say is taking x and y. So, when we say that we want to find out a relationship between x and y, so naturally we try to form a graph over it. Let us say this is x, this is y. Earlier we have already found out that they are related to some or the other extent. How they are related, that is not known to us. Let us say there are certain values of x here, there are certain values of y here, and we plot a graph stating the relationship between x and y. So, certain values will come, certain things will come. Let us say it is linearly coming like this, which clearly indicates that is this is a linear relationship between the two variables which we are having. So, regression is a way of finding the strength of the relationship which is existing between two variable or other variables. So, this is the way we find out the regression. Now, in the same way, if you take an example, I have tried to denote or specify the same using an example here. I have say taken a simplest of the example which you say let us there are the months of the year, then we have taken the average temperature which is clearly indicated here and the sales. This is nothing related to a cold drink if you say. So, and we are asking our computer to classify the same or find out the relationship whether it is there or not. So, how do we go ahead with the same, whether there is a relationship between these two variables or not. To find out the relationship between these two variables, first of all we need to calculate the correlation whether it is existing between these two people or not. So, these two variables or not, that these two variables which we have taken here is temperature and the sales. On the basis of this, we are going to calculate the relationship between these two variables using the regression. So, if we say this is the thing which has been shown, this is the sale which has been shown here in the basis of whatever the things diagram this values which has been given here, on the basis of that and the years which we have plotted on the x axis and the sale we have plotted on the y axis. On the basis of this, we are trying to find out how this type of relation is. See, the relationship which we are able to find using the regression is whenever the temperature increases, the cold drink sale increases. This is the relation which I said in our earlier discussion also. If we say there are two variables x and y, there are two variables x and y, then whenever x is increasing here, let us say it is an x and this is y. So, whenever x is increasing, here y is increasing. This shows there is a relation, there is a correlation, and which type of relation it is? It is an increasing trend, which is clearly indicative, which is clearly indicative here. This is which is clearly indicative here, which shows that whenever our temperature is increasing, see whenever the temperature is increasing, we have a good values that is evenly distributed. So, when we talk about the regression, we try to find out the strength of the relationship between the two variable in this case, maybe n number of variable in other case. So, in this lecture what we have done is we have tried to find out what actually is the learning process, in which we need to understand that we should have an algorithm first of all. Second, once an algorithm is there, we need to find out which modeling tool or modeling algorithms models we can use, and then once it is been modeled, it is essential to know that we need to evaluate the best all the things, all the models, so that we can come up with the best model out of the same. Once we do it, then we are being able to finalize the whole learning process, out of which right now in our lecture, this lecture, we have discussed about regression. Going into the regression require you the knowledge of correlation. Correlation means whether the two variables, why we are taking, again I am specifying two variables because two variables are minimum required to find out a relation. There may be n number of variables which we have seen in our earlier lectures also. On the basis of this, we try to find out whether two are by default x and y are related or not. Once we find that they are related, then we try to find out which type of relations they are having. That may be linear regression, but that is a linear relationship. They may be having logistic regression. So, there may are other type of regressions also, depending upon the values and the variables which we are taking into consideration. As we have rightly being in the module of algorithms, we should having an idea of the basic algorithm, how to design an algorithm for a decision tree formation. So, coming into our this lecture, what are the things which we are going to learn? That is one, classification, the basic concept. Here we need to understand that there are two things which you can do. One, classify according to the degree of a particular data which is inputted into a particular model which is trained and tested according to our earlier discussion on the 80-20 basis which we have discussed. On the basis of that, we are going to frame a classifier. This is one process. Another is on the basis of the prediction which we can do on the basis of the data which is passed on the, so that we can produce or predict whatever is going to happen in the future. So, classification and the prediction. So, when we talk about the classification or the prediction problems, so what we come across? We come across the same thing which we have been discussing in our earlier modules also, that there the classification will be able to predict the data on the basis of discrete or the nominal variable. Now, this has been already discussed in our earlier lectures, how to categorize the data into discrete or the nominal data, where yes or no type of answer. In that category, we are going to use the classification. For numeric prediction, we need a continuous model has to be trained according to such that model's continuous value function can be predicted, or unknown or missing value can be predicted. So, typical example which we come across in our day to day life pertaining to this prediction problem, classification versus numeric prediction, is nothing but one is the credit or loan approval. If you apply for a loan, कभी आप लोन के लिए अप्लाई करिए, आपसे एक बहुत लंबा चौड़ा सा फॉर्म भरवाया जाता है. वो फॉर्म का क्या सिग्निफिकेंस है? It is been asked whether you are having any property, whether you are having vehicles or not, how much is your annual income, do you have any other loan or not. Why that is being asked? क्यों पूछा जाता है आपसे? वो इसीलिए पूछा जाता है कि हम ये मानते हैं कि एक ये जो सारा डेटा है जो आपको मैन्युअली भराया जा रहा है, ये जाके कंप्यूटर के पीछे एक सॉफ्टवेयर में जाके डलेगा. दैट इज़ नथिंग बट ए क्रेडिट रेटिंग और यूर क्रेडिट लोन अप्रूवल सिस्टम, in which for each and every attributes, whether it is an attribute, whether you are having a house or not, whether you are having a vehicle or not, उसके certain particular points as हमने वहाँ दिए हुए हैं. Let's say for you are having a property, so 5 points are being specified for the same. Let's say, going back to our normal where we were discussing. Okay. So, what we need to do is, when we talk about our prediction or your credit or loan approval, if we say we are having a property, that is what it has been asked by the form person, जो हाँ कस्टमर के लिए एड्रेस करने के लिए बैठा है बंदा, उसने हमको एक फॉर्म दिया जिसमें ये लिखा है बट यू आर हैविंग ए प्रॉपर्टी और नॉट. आई सेड येस. So, where it is, how much worth it is. So, on the basis of this information will be feed into a particular system where it will be having a particular points, let us say 5. So, if you are having a points, if you are having a property that is worth great, so it will rate according to you, the computer will, that algorithm or that credit system or loan approval system will rate you according to the numbering. Maybe if you are having a small property, you will be getting rating it to 1 marks, 2 marks, 3 marks depending upon the same. If you are not having, you will get 0 mark. So, on the basis of the marks which you are going to get out of that particular form, there will be an upper limit or lower limit on the basis of which it will be decided whether to give a loan to a particular customer or not. और वो चीज़ें जो डिसाइड करते हैं वो हम इस रेटिंग के हिसाब से, क्लासीफाइंग के हिसाब से कर रहे हैं ना. द क्वेश्चन विल कम, वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन विल कम, हाउ दिस 5 केम इनटू पिक्चर, हाउ आई एम गोइंग टू पुट दिस 5, व्हाई ओनली 5, 4 क्यों नहीं, 3 क्यों नहीं, 10 क्यों नहीं. So, this is what the importance of a classifier is. When you train a particular model, it becomes modeled or trained in such a fashion that the needful weight which has to be assigned, या जो needful marks उसको assign करने हैं वो वहाँ पे लग जाते हैं, जिसका उदाहरण हमने पहले भी दिया है अपने पिछले क्लासेस में कि when we have a data of 80 and 20, this was n divided into training and testing. जब भी हम ट्रेनिंग करते हैं तो यहाँ हम इस चीज़ को असाइन करने की कोशिश करते हैं कि डेटा जो इतना है यहाँ पे जो पास डेटा है उसके बेसिस पे उनकी रेटिंग कैसी रही है. नेचुरली जिन्होंने पुराने भी तो लोग होंगे जिन्होंने लोन लिया होगा, उनकी रीपेइंग कैपेसिटी इस बेसिस पे डिसाइड होती है कि रीपे करने की कैपेसिटी उनकी है कि नहीं है, कितने साल में रीपे करते हैं, री प्रॉपर कर पाते हैं कि नहीं कर पाते हैं. उसके बेसिस पे एक आपने क्लासीफायर बनाया है जिसको हमने बोला क्लासिफिकेशन एल्गोरिथम हमने यूज़ किया. now it is ready to cater to the new person which whom we are addressing right now. जो नया कस्टमर आया है उसको एड्रेस करने के लिए जो 5 मार्क्स आए हैं ये हमारे पुराने डेटा पे क्लासीफायर लगाने के बाद आए हैं जो हमारा ये बन गया है, ठीक है. सो दिस इज व्हाट वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट इज टू अंडरस्टैंड दैट वी हैव टू बिल्ड ए गुड क्लासीफायर so that the accuracy of it for new data is very high. So that is one of the application, credit loan application. Second is a very important, right now data science is creating a boom in the field of medical diagnosis. So diagnosis of a tumor, whether it is cancerous or not, this has been catered using again a model classifier which is being catered on the basis of the past data, and a model is being built, and if the accuracy of that classifier is good, then it can be used for further classification or the new case classification. Another important is a fraud detection. Fraud detection, see, I have discussed in my earlier lecture, there is a case of an outlier. When we have a buying pattern of credit card, what we do is we have a specific buying pattern. See, हमें पता है कि हम इतने से ज़्यादा पैसा खर्च करते नहीं हैं हर महीने क्रेडिट कार्ड पे. अब किसी दिन ज़्यादा ऊंचा नीचा हो जाता है तो क्या जितने भी ऊंचे नीचे हमारे ट्रांजैक्शन हुए हैं दे ऑल विल बी कॉल्ड एज ए फ्रॉड? नो, फ्रॉड हैज इट्स ओन पैटर्न. सो वो पैटर्न डिटेक्ट करने के लिए जो आपके पास पुराना पास डेटा है, दैट इज द पास डेटा विच इज अवेलेबल विद अस, वी ट्राई टू एनालाइज दैट डेटा एंड क्रिएट ए मॉडल विच इज गोइंग टू बी यूज्ड फॉर फर्दर डिटेक्शन ऑफ द फ्रॉड. तो फ्रॉड डिटेक्शन के लिए जो इंपॉर्टेंट एलिमेंट होता है जिसको हम लोग यहाँ पे कहते हैं, दैट इज कॉल्ड आउटलायर, विच वी हैव डिस्कस्ड इन आवर अर्लियर classes. Ki outliers are the very important elements in the discussion of our fraud detection, which is again classifying algorithm. Another is the web page categorization, which category of the page which we are doing at this moment. When we are always on internet, the importance of the web pages is very high. In that case, categorization of a particular page, whether this page belongs to which category, is again catered by using our classification algorithms. So these are some of the typical applications. The applications are not limited. I have specified only 4 which are widely used. There may be others also. So in the case of our classification, we normally follow the classification and we want to find out predict the further elements. So these are the things which we carry out. Now coming to the classification, it is a 2-step process. As we have already discussed briefly in our earlier lectures also, the very important thing is building a particular model. This model is based on the criteria, sole criteria which we have discussed, that we out of our n data we are going to classify into 80%, 20% usage. This 20%, this data, what you will say where from where this data is coming? This is the past data. पास्ट डेटा, हमारे पास जो पुराना डेटा अवेलेबल है उस डेटा को लेट से उसकी वैल्यू है n 1 GB, उस GB को हम 80 और 80-20 रेशियो में डिवाइड करेंगे. डिवाइड मैंने अगेन पहले आई हैव ऑलरेडी सेड इन आवर अर्लियर लेक्चर्स आल्सो, डिवाइडिंग इट इनटू 80-20 इज नॉट हार्ड एंड फास्ट. दिस इज द थंब रूल विच वी यूज, दैट नॉर्मली वी शुड हैव मोर डेटा फॉर द ट्रेनिंग एंड लेस डेटा फॉर द टेस्टिंग, सो दैट वंस द मॉडल और द क्लासीफायर इज वेरी गुड, it can be tested on the live also. So model construction methodology is very important. Once we construct the model, then that model is being used for the prediction of the future thing और द फ्यूचर केसेस. इसका सिंपल उदाहरण मैंने पहले भी दिया आपको डॉक्टर के केस में, कि डॉक्टर जब बन जाते हैं या एक हम कंप्यूटर में भी हम इस तरह की चीज़ों को फीड करते हैं जिसमें वो लाइव आपको डॉक्टर मशीन, यू आर इंटरेक्टिंग विद द मशीन इज टेलिंग यू व्हाट आर द कॉजेज, व्हाट आर द सिम्टम्स, what you are facing, did you had an earlier history or not. Once you feed all these things, the computer will itself come up with a result stating that कि भाई ये आपको प्रोबेबल बीमारियां हैं जो हो सकती है, जिसकी एनालॉजी अगर आप लेंगे तो ह्यूमन टर्म्स में देखेंगे तो ह्यूमन टर्म्स में डॉक्टर नॉर्मल होता है कि अगर आप कभी डॉक्टर के पास जाते हैं, डॉक्टर को बोलते हैं तो आपको डर लगता है कि भाई हमें ये ना हो गया वो ना हो गया, तो डॉक्टर कहते नहीं है, चिंता की बात नहीं, ये नॉर्मल वायरल है, ये चीज़ें आपकी रिमूव हो जाएंगी क्योंकि ये ऐसे केसेस मेरे पास आ रहे हैं. So he is getting those cases. So by using your past, you are training for the new thing. The new thing will be predicted here. But on the basis of a good classifier. I am again stressing on, the question does not lies whether you are able to have model construction or not. You can have a good model, but the good model should have a high accuracy rate. How we are going to test that accuracy, that is a separate matter which we are going to discuss in the our earlier further lectures. But the thing is, we should have a good model, and then the prediction of that particular new cases can be done using the model prediction algorithms. Now, this is the simplest of the example which we are going to have. As I said, there should be a training module. So, naturally, this is why I have chosen like this is a training model, this is a repository. So, repository is having the data which is being numbered like this. There are 4 attributes. I have taken the simplest of the example. Why I have taken the simplest example is that we should be able to understand the concept behind the same, rather than having unnecessary big amount of data or big amount of attribute, because at this moment we are not the computer, we are only going to analyze this on the manual basis. So, that how the computer analyze, that is known to us in a good manner. So, this is the training data, that is the 80% which we were discussing, 80% on which we are going to train. Once this is been there, this algorithm will be used. This is the data which is carrying this all 4 variables, and the number of tuples will be more. You know what is tuple? Tuple is a rows, every row. So, there are n number of rows, out of which out of this 4 attributes. Once that data is been gone to the algorithm, classification algorithm, remember please that once we have a classification algorithm, choosing that classification algorithm is very important in this case to get a good accurate result, which we have already discussed, in the future also in the lectures we are going to do. So, once the classification algorithm will be there, we will have a classifier model. Now, the classifier model, what classifier model is saying, it is coming up with a you can say rule. It is classifier model is coming up with the rule which states that if rank is equal to professor or years greater than 6, then tenure equal to yes. So, how this output is coming? This has been coming on the basis of the training data and the algorithms which we have used here, algorithm classification algorithm which we have used, and it has built a classifier which is having the rule which is stated here like this, and this is very well applicable to the data which is we are having here. So, on the basis of this, this is the new situation. In our earlier slide, here what we have done, here we have created the 80%. When we are saying we have tested on an 80%, now we are ready with a model which is ready to predict the new case which comes. This is as equivalent to our analogy of medical practitioners, or our building a medical practitioner. So, this classifier, this yellow part classifier is now ready. Now, we have to see whether it is able to classify the new one or not. So, on the basis of the rules which we have framed out here, that is rank is equal to itna or years greater than 6, it is going to classify it into a particular yes. Why? Because we have built up a model. Now, this is the way it works. That is, this is the way, first of all we are going to create a classifier. On the basis of the classifier which is been created, it is going to again classify the new data or the new unseen data, as said rightly here, unseen data which we have to cater to. So, to make this happen here, the important thing which we have not discussed is what? The modeling. Because अगर आप ये सारा डेटा तो आपके पास पहले से अवेलेबल है, प्री प्रोसेसिंग आपने पहले ही कर दी है, ठीक है, क्लासिफिकेशन एल्गोरिथम पहले से बन के आया हुआ है, आपने चूज़ भी कर लिया कि भाई कौन सा लगाना है. इंपॉर्टेंट ये है क्लासीफायर मॉडल काम कैसे करते हैं, क्लासीफायर क्लासिफिकेशन करता कैसे है. सो द सिंपलेस्ट एग्जाम्पल विच वी कैन टेक हियर in this is how do the decision tree algorithms work. This is one of the classification method, as rightly said it is going to make a tree बनाएगा. अब ट्री बाइनरी ट्री भी हो सकता है, ठीक है, उससे ज़्यादा भी हो सकता है डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द नोड्स. सो नेचुरली ट्री जब बनता है तो हमारे दिमाग में क्या चीज़ आती है, इस तरह का कुछ चीज़ होगा, इस तरह से चलेंगे. दिस इज द वे वी से ट्री इज बीन फॉर्म्ड. नाउ इन आवर अर्लियर एग्जाम्पल इफ यू से लाइक दिस, there are 4 attributes which are there: name, rank, year and tenure. So, naturally any something has to be our root, something has to be our leaf. So, which is going to be root, which is going to be leaf, This has to be decided in the decision tree algorithm. So, basically what is the concept behind a decision tree algorithm? Decision tree algorithms require that in the classification also, leave decision tree, if you normally say about the classification algorithm, what we say is there is a concept of dependent variable, dependent and independent. Now, what is dependent, what is independent? The value or the variable whom you are going to predict becomes the dependent, and that value if we can calculate on certain basis, that on certain attributes, that becomes the independent attribute which are helping to achieve to that dependent variable. जिसका सिंपल उदाहरण अगर आप देखें कि आज क्लास होगी कि नहीं होगी, ये एक हमारा डिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल है. अब ये क्लास होगी कि नहीं होगी, ये बहुत सारी चीज़ों पे डिपेंडेंट हो सकता है, जिनका डायरेक्ट संबंध भी हो सकता है, इनडायरेक्ट संबंध भी हो सकता है. डायरेक्ट मतलब डिपेंडेंट भी हो सकता है, इंडिपेंडेंट. नॉर्मली वो इंडिपेंडेंट होते हैं. फॉर एग्जांपल माई स्टार्टिंग फ्रॉम द होम, डिड आई स्टार्टेड फ्रॉम होम और नॉट, पहला इंपॉर्टेंट क्वेश्चन. दूसरा कि स्टार्ट हुआ लेकिन क्लास हुई कि नहीं हुई उससे संबंध नहीं है, लेकिन दिस इज वन ऑफ द प्रोसेस which is required. So, when we talk about this, we have a table, let us say, which is consist of 4 variables, out of which one variable is dependent on other 3 variables, which 3 are independent of each other. So, we say out of this 3 variable, we will be using them to make a tree or a classifier which will help us to classify in future endeavors. ठीक है. तो उसको करने के लिए हमारे लिए इंपॉर्टेंट ये है कि हम पहले डिसाइड करें कि वो जो 3 वेरिएबल हमने यहाँ से लिए हैं, चौथा कौन सा है, देखिए 4 वेरिएबल है, चौथा वेरिएबल हमेशा लीव बनेगा क्योंकि उसकी वैल्यू डिसाइड करनी है. बचे 3, अब 3 में से एक होगा जो उसको रूट बोलेंगे, बाकी जो होंगे इनर नोड्स होंगे उसके. तो अब क्वेश्चन ये आएगा कि डिसीजन ट्री एल्गोरिथम में आप कैसे लेते हैं कि रूट क्या होगा या आपका इनर नोड्स कौन से होंगे. तो रूट कौन सा होगा, इनर नोड कौन सा होगा, दिस इज समथिंग टेक्निकल एस्पेक्ट, लेट मी क्लियर दैट. दिस डिपेंड्स अपॉन द मेजर ऑफ रैंडमनेस, ऑल्सो कॉल्ड एज एंट्रोपी. सी, एंट्रोपी डिनोट्स द रैंडमनेस विच वी आर हैविंग इन द केस ऑफ आवर डेटा. अगर कोई एट्रीब्यूट का आप ले रहे हैं, अब ये इस केस में जो हमने एग्जांपल डिस्कस किया, यहाँ पे आप देखेंगे 3 वेरिएबल हैं ए बी सी which are independent and they are deciding on our fourth variable, that is nothing but the d. So, on the basis of this we are going to denote or we are going to classify it on the basis of this, how to carry the d part or how to classify the d on the basis of a, b, c. So, which is going to be the root. Now, to denote root, it should have the maximum output or the maximum division or maximum capability to divide into 2 parts, equal parts. मतलब कहने का मतलब है कि जो 3 वेरिएबल बचे हैं ए, बी और सी, इनमें से एक ऐसा वेरिएबल तीनों में से सबसे ज़्यादा जो एक रूट को इमीडिएट 2 पार्ट में डिवाइड कर सके या एक ट्री को 2 पार्ट में डिवाइड कर सके. तो 2 पार्ट में डिवाइड करने वाला कौन सा होगा, ए होगा, बी होगा, सी होगा, ये डिसाइड करने के लिए वी ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट द इंफॉर्मेशन गेन विच इज रिलेटेड सम और द अदर वे टू एंट्रोपी, विच आई हैव सेड इज द मेजर ऑफ रैंडमनेस. मतलब आपकी एंट्रोपी कैलकुलेट इसलिए करते हैं क्योंकि जितना रैंडमनेस होगा उसकी गेन उतनी ही कम होगी, इन्वर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल होता है गेन से. या वी ट्राई टू फाइंड आउट द गिनी इंडेक्स ऑल्सो. सिमिलरली अगेन वी कैलकुलेट द इंफॉर्मेशन गेन. द एम इज टू हैव आउट ऑफ दिस 3 एज सेड इन दिस एग्जाम्पल, out of the 3 attributes A, B, C, we should take that attribute which is giving us the maximum information gain. That will become our root. Then followed by further between B and C, and similarly we will reach to the leaf, where leaf will be the ultimate answer to our question. So, इसी संदर्भ में अगर एक एग्जाम्पल लेके हम कोशिश करेंगे करने की, this is the way we normally do, as I have illustrated you through an example also, कि pick the best attribute and the feature. The best attribute is one which best splits or separates the data. सेपरेट करने के लिए जो मैंने बताया आपको, सेपरेट करने के लिए वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट द बेस्ट इंफॉर्मेशन गेन आउट ऑफ दोस एट्रीब्यूट्स और दोस फीचर्स. एट्रीब्यूट्स और फीचर दोनों हो सकते हैं क्योंकि वो डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द एट्रीब्यूट्स विच यू आर टेकिंग और डिपेंडिंग अपॉन द फीचर्स विच यू आर टेकिंग. उसके बाद यही क्वेश्चन फॉलो किया जाता है जब तक कि सारे इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल्स को हम ट्री में अलाइन नहीं कर देते, टिल वी रीच टू द destination. This we go on doing this. ठीक है. इसके ऊपर आगे भी होता है, वी हैव टू गो फॉर द प्रूनिंग ऑफ द ट्री ऑल्सो, दैट इज अ सेपरेट इशू विच इज नॉट आवर matter of discussion right now. Let's take an example. This is the simplest of the example which I have taken. You see these are the days, weather, temperature, humidity, wind, and the last column you see that is related to play, whether to play or not. This is the dependent variable out of which our analogy to the variable which I have taken A, B, C, D. ये D है, ये है जिसकी वैल्यू हमें निकालनी है. तो ये yes और जो no आ रहा है ये हमारा क्या बनेगा, लीव ऑफ द डिसीजन ट्री. ये बनेगा कब, जब हमें ये पता होगा कि बाकी जो इंडिपेंडेंट एट्रीब्यूट है, व्हाई वी आर सेइंग इंडिपेंडेंट, बिकॉज डे मंडे ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे 1 2 3 4 कुछ भी हो सकता है, लेकिन वन डे का डायरेक्ट इंक्लूजन प्ले पे नहीं आता है. आपका डे को मंडे ट्यूसडे वेडनेसडे थर्सडे यू कैन यूज इट एनीवेयर, इट हैज नो डायरेक्ट इंप्लीकेशन. दैट इज व्हाई इट इज सेड इट इज इंडिपेंडेंट वेरिएबल which may be used to define a dependent variable which in this case is whether to play or not. So, इसमें जो आपके पास वेरिएबल हैं, there are 5 variables, that is days, weather, temperature, humidity and wind, on the basis of which we are going to check whether to play or not. चेक का मतलब है कि अभी भी यहाँ पे दो चीज़ बनाएंगे, क्लासिफिकेशन में हम दो चीज़ बनाते हैं, वन इज द क्लासीफायर, अनदर इज द वी हैव टू प्रिडिक्ट ए न्यू केस, दैट इज द प्रिडिक्शन ऑफ द न्यू केस. सो how do we do? This is what ultimately if you make, how do we make this tree? Randomly we cannot reach to this place, we have this data, how to come to this place? The very thing which I have said in my earlier discussion also, that we reach to this diagram, we reach to this diagram when we have what? We know which is that attribute which is providing us the maximum gain, which is inversely proportional to the entropy or the measure of randomness which is there in all the 5 attributes which are going to decide to our dependent variable, that is whether to play or not, which is coming as a leaf. So, here on the basis of the decision tree like structure, what we do is we try to find out the gain out of all the attributes, and the one attribute which is giving the maximum gain becomes our the root, and simultaneously we repeat the step as said here. In this case, this is the algorithm which we apply normally. So, basic algorithm which we apply in this case is our ID3 algorithm, interactive dichotomizer 3. This is the basic concept which we have discussed in the decision tree. The tree can be further enlarged also, that may be binary tree also, this is not a binary tree, depending upon whether the partition is on the basis of binary or other, depend upon the complexity also of the nature. So, in this session we have discussed a brief idea about the classification algorithms as how they work. Basically, classification algorithm works with the one very principle that first of all we should have a model. That model should be able to classify all the incoming data into a particular way which we deserve, which we want, and then further on the basis of that we classify a fresh case which is also called as the prediction. So, building a model and then using that model to classify the fresh cases or the new cases is the sole aim in the case of classification. That is what is important. Thank you very much.